We're now joined by Beneil Dariush, who faces Carlos Diego Ferreira in the UFC's return to Vegas after a week off. Beneil, this is a rematch of a fight that you not only had, but won back at UFC 179. I believe it's the first rematch of your career. How does the fact that you've faced somebody before and won that fight impact your fight preparation coming into the event?
One, we were different fighters because this was so long ago. He's improved so much. You can tell in his stand up. You can tell in just his entire style has changed. He was kind of wild before. Now he's become much more strict with his striking. But my motivation personally is the fact that I don't want to go 1-1 with someone. I want to go 2-0 and that's it. Like never have to talk about it again. The idea of losing to him is is a big motivator. I really don't want to be like, okay, he won one, I won one. We're gonna have to redo this in the future. Ideally, I would have liked to do this fight somewhere or further along, maybe for the title, but it is what it is.
So above all else, what adjustments do you expect him to make from that fight? Again, like you mentioned, what was it, October of 2014?
I'm expecting him to have much better takedown defense, focusing on his takedown defense and his pressure and volume, because that seems to be his game right now. But I think takedown defense will be really important for him or maybe he'll try to take me down because last fight I had so many takedowns on him, and I think he's going to try to work on that.
Yeah, for those unaware, it was a swept scorecard, 30-27 at an event in Brazil. Beneil, the grappling exchanges we expect would be very, very high level given your respective decorations. For somebody like me who's sitting at home in a suit, just talking about it, what do you see in his grappling that a guy like me might miss?
So for him, when he grapples, he's phenomenal in scrambles. Like you see guys, he fought a Dagestani guy in what's his name? I'm forgetting his name. Not Mirabek Taisuma, but the other guy. He fought. I'm forgetting his name, but like that guy is a world
Oh,
champion
Rostam
in sambo.
Kabilov.
Rustam, yeah, he fought Rustam, and Rustam would constantly take him down, but he would turn it into this scramble and find a way up, and that's where I'm gonna have to shut that down. If I get a takedown, like you're not moving, that has to be my mindset. The fear Rustam had was the submissions, and I'm going to have to face that fear. I'm going to be like, I have to hold this guy down, whether he is going to try to submit me or not. I'm just going to have to find a way around the submission and do my job. Because if I go in there with the fear of the submission, I won't be able to perform. If I go in there with the fear of his volume or of his knockouts, I won't be able to perform. So that's where I'm at right now, is making sure I establish my game plan and not allow him to do his.
You've been very complimentary of your opponent. He's won 6 fights in a row. You yourself, you're on a 5 fight win streak, including the last 4 finishes, and some of them were very, very impressive. To what do you credit this recent run of form for yourself?
I think one of the things is obviously consistency. I think I have God given talent that I just but talent alone doesn't do it. I think it's one of those things where I stayed consistent and constantly improved. And another big thing has been identifying injuries, finding ways to heal up and fix my body. PT has been so important. The UFC Performance Institute has been so important, and injury prevention. I, I I was talking to my coaches and I was like, hey, this is my schedule has to change a little bit because for the rest of my career I plan on doing PT, whether it's pre rehab or what post fight rehab, but I plan on doing it for the rest of my career. So it's been so important. It's been like tremendously important. It's changed my body, my strength, my speed, and just brought me back to when I feel younger than I was at like 27, 26 because nothing hurts.
Well, I mean, you're not exactly an old man. You're age 31 right now, so you're very much still in your athletic prime. As a 34-year-old, I can promise you that. But Beneil, this is the deepest division in the sport. You were booked against Charles Oliveira back in October, and his name is as hot as anybody in this division because of what he did to Tony Ferguson in December. What was it like watching somebody who you had the opportunity to face? That opportunity was taken away, and then he springboards up into the upper echelon of this division.
It's super frustrating, man. This guy comes out and he says he'll fight me, and I signed the contract. And they called me for this like a day or two. No, it was a day. It was Sunday. Sean messaged me saying, "Oh, like, hey, there's the Oliveira fight," and because Islam pulled out of the fight, and I was like, "Okay, I'll step in." Like, I was supposed to be enjoying myself at that point, but then he pulls out of the fight, so I'm thinking to myself, they're gonna rebook me. I spent the next couple of months like in limbo, training hard, not sure if I have a fight. I and then I was watching. One thing that really bothered me was I was hearing he's got some problems at home, and I said, I get it, I'll wait, no problem. And then, but at the same time, watching his social media and people telling me, hey, this guy's calling out Tony Ferguson every day. What's going on here? I thought he was supposed to fight you. It was really frustrating. And then after that, he does get the Tony fight. He does win the fight, and where he is now, I feel a little disrespected. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. This is the game, It's you got to play the politics, but I don't have any plans on doing that. I plan on just kind of buzzsawing through this division. I know right now the division is the hottest, or whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to use to describe. But I just plan on mowing down through the division, and if it takes me 10 fights to get a title shot, 12 fights, I'll do that. I'm not too worried about it.
Obviously, you're focused on your opponent ahead, Carlos Diego Ferreira. Um, do you have, I'm not asking for the name, but assuming you win, let's say things go well, at 6th of February, will you have a name ready to call out and play that game a little bit, or not?
I don't know if I mean in my mind, I don't know if it was so much of a call out, but I think it makes sense for me because the UFC we had signed the papers is to fight Oliveira. If not Oliveira, maybe Chandler. I was thinking I fight Oliveira, Justin fights Chandler, Gagey goes with Chandler, and it looks like Dustin wants to fight either Nate or rematch with Connor. Let him have one of those, and then kind of figure things out as we go from there. But like I just I just want that fight. But right now Diego is the focus, like you said. But if it is either Oliveira or Chandler.
And last question for me, Beneil. The UFC is as global as ever. You're somebody who spent half of your childhood in Iran and then the other half in the United States. What does it mean to you to be able to represent communities on two spots on the planet?
Yeah, I was born in Iran. I'm Assyrian, and but born in Iran, so I have a huge Assyrian following, and then I have a huge Iranian following, and then in America I have a lot of people. They're like, wait, this guy speaks English. He seems to be nice enough, and I got a big following here too. So it's incredible how much support I've gotten. And I noticed normally with big support comes a lot of negativity, but fortunately for me, I haven't really had that, and I'm just grateful for that. I because I know I've spoken to some fighters, and that negativity really gets to fighters. We're human. When people are constantly spewing just garbage at you, you start to feel like a little bit like garbage. But I've been so fortunate where I haven't really had that too much, and I just want to continue that road and just continue to do what I want to do, pursue my goals, and hopefully the fans will kind of just tag along. But if not,
Beneil Dariush,
oh well.
some tremendous recent performances in the octagon for Beneil Dariush. Beneil, we appreciate all that you stand for as well. Very much looking forward to this fight coming up in just a few days' time. We can count the days now to your next UFC appearance. All the best and good luck.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Very excited.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.